Welcome back to Knicks Media. My name is Richie, and it is another day where these New York Knicks can go out there and land a free agent center. In this live show, I want to give you guys an update and maybe react to some news, perhaps, of the Knicks landing somebody. Okay, we talked about this yesterday on the show, that the New York Knicks are looking to find an Isaiah Hartenstein replacement. And there's a lot of names out there on the open market that we talked about on the channel yesterday. And I just want to keep talking about them. And maybe, maybe there's news to react to, okay? I also want to get your guys' thoughts, Knicks fans, in the chat of which players you want the New York Knicks to go after the most in free agency. There's a lot of names that I like, and there's some names that I don't like. The list is shrinking by the minute. Mo Bamba was the latest free agent that got signed last night. So that's a name we can cross off the list. I have a little collage on the screen right here, a slideshow of all the free agent centers that I personally would be open to the New York Knicks bringing in to replace. And Isaiah Hartenstein, like an Precious Achiuwa coming back, like we talked about. Thomas Bryant, as you see on the screen here, Daniel Tice, we got James Wiseman and Mo Wagner from Orlando. So we shall see which big man we got to bring in. Now, I also want to remind you folks that the Knicks could also go another route to land a big man. Now, I'm not going to speculate and pretend I know anything in terms of sources. I don't have any sources. But do not rule out Leon Rose of the possibility of trading for a center. That's not available on the open market. I think that's something else that Knicks fans need to realize. I think a trade could happen. I'm not predicting it, but I did want to open up the minds of Knicks fans of the reality that there is a chance that the Knicks use their assets, use some trade, their draft picks in the future to trade for a player to come in and be the backup center behind Mitchell Robinson. Now, I also wanted to say, and I've been very consistent with this, I'm seeing a little bit too much disrespect towards Mitchell Robinson and Julius Randle, if I'm being honest with myself. I'm on Twitter, and I see a lot of disrespect to Mitchell Robinson and Julius Randle. I'm seeing people saying that we should trade both of them for somebody else, or I saw someone say we should trade Deuce McBride and Mitchell Robinson for a center, or we should trade Julius for someone else. I cannot disagree more. I think that this is the year Mitchell Robinson is going to prove the people wrong yet again. And I know that some Knicks fans understand the reality with Mitchell Robinson. It's not like he's a liability on the court. It's the issue is the health, and I totally understand that. And I know why Knicks fans are a little worried about the center position. But I'm here to tell you, do not worry. I did not lose sleep last night because Hartenstein signed with the Oklahoma City Thunder personally. As much as I wanted Hartenstein to be back with the New York Knicks, which I did, trust me, I did not lose sleep. I didn't think that, oh, now we're screwed. The Knicks are not going to go as far in the playoffs anymore. No. Tom Thibodeau and this coaching staff will get the most out of whatever player they bring in. And the guys that I really want them to consider is Mo Wagner and James Wiseman. And, of course, Precious Achiuwa. Now, Daniel Tice, he's interesting because he's a veteran. He's played for win-now teams. He was on the Clippers last year and played pretty well for them. He was, mostly known for his time in Boston. But I think that the Knicks would be smart to get a guy like either Mo Wagner, Wiseman, or Achiuwa. That's my top three options. And then Thomas Bryant is another name we have to bring in as well. So, guys, let me know in the chat whether we're live on YouTube. We're also live on Bleacher Report right now. Shout out to everybody tuning in to Knicks Media. Don't forget to shoot your boy a follow and smash the like button. I appreciate you guys tuning into the show. Now, I feel like the depth of this Knicks team is loaded up right now besides the front court. I also wanted to show some love and support to the players that are on this Knicks team at the center position, which is Jericho Sims. Okay? Now, I'm not ready to give Jericho Sims a role on this team in the rotation. I don't want to cap his potential, be like, yeah, he can't get better. I think he can. But I just want to remind Knicks fans what happened last year in one specific game. The Knicks blew out the Denver Nuggets by 40 points Jericho Sims was the starting center in that game. We were without both Hartenstein and Mitchell Robinson in that one. I'm pretty sure. Okay. I think Hartenstein was dealing with some type of injury. I forgot exactly what it was, and he missed that game. And the Knicks went out there with Jericho Sims starting, and they beat up on the reigning champions at the time, Denver Nuggets, with the MVP Nikola Jokic healthy. Now, the reason why I wanted to remind folks about that is because the Knicks have proven that they can win with Jericho Sims at center. They can win with Precious Achiuwa at the center spot. Of course, they've proven to win with Robinson and with Hartenstein, but I don't want people to think now, oh, the Knicks are done now. Hartenstein's not here. I don't think that at all. Jericho Sims is still developing, but I think this is his year where he needs to prove that he is ready to get meaningful NBA minutes if his name is called. Injuries are unfortunately a part of the game, and right now he is the backup center behind Mitchell Robinson, but I do not expect him to be the backup center after the Knicks bring in a veteran in free agency at all, okay? So that's kind of what I just want to remind people about, is that the Knicks have proven that they can win with their depth. We went to the second round, Game 7, without a laundry list of players healthy. Julius Randle was not healthy at all once in the NBA playoffs. Mitchell Robinson got hurt in the first round, missed the entire second round. Bojan Bogdanovic gets hurt in the first round. I mean, you guys know this already. OG Anunoby ruptures his hamstring in Game 2 of round 2. Josh Hart deals with an ab. Jalen Brunson breaks his wrist. I mean, it is remarkable what the New York Knicks were able to pull off this past season, regardless of their injuries. So now you add in a player here. My biggest problem with Knicks fans right now, personally, is I'm sensing a little bit of a panic amongst Knicks fans. Now listen, I wanted Hartenstein back just as much as the next Knicks fan, but not at all am I thinking now that our championship chances, our playoff push chances are a little less now. He was a big piece to this Knicks team in the regular season. He subbed in for an injured Mitchell Robinson, and he got starting level minutes. But let's not act like Hartenstein was everything with this Knicks squad. He was the backup center for this Knicks team going into this past season. And then Mitch went down, Hartenstein stepped in, and he balled out enough to get paid on the open market. I also cannot blame Isaiah Hartenstein for getting the money that he got. Okay, Isaiah Hartenstein just got offered generational money. He is getting paid more than Jalen Brunson, folks. Let me just remind people about that. Isaiah Hartenstein is getting paid more than Jalen Brunson on an annual basis. Around $30.5 million annually or something like that. And Jalen Brunson's getting paid like $6 million less. Now, how does that make you feel, Knicks fans, that we are paying Jalen Brunson less than the Thunder is paying Hartenstein? That should make you feel a little better about the money, and also make you feel better that, okay, maybe Hartenstein, he has a reason, he has a right to go get paid. This is a guy who was on 6 teams in 6 seasons. He was coming off a $1.7 million contract before he signed with the Knicks. He's not got paid the big bucks. So you cannot expect Hartenstein to come back to the Knicks on a very cheap contract when he has an opportunity to also win a championship in OKC and get paid the big bucks. Now, there's a lot of updates around the NBA that I would love to fill you guys in on. Donovan Mitchell was the latest to get paid. Donovan Mitchell is a Cleveland Cavalier for the next few seasons. He gets that big extension. Now, that's interesting, right? Because Donovan Mitchell, there was a lot of speculation around him not being happy in Cleveland, and the Cavaliers are going to try to trade him because they did not want him to walk in free agency and them not get anything in return. Remember, they traded for him when the Knicks were supposed to from Utah. And according to Adrian Wojnarowski, the money that Donovan Mitchell is eyeing in 3 years after this contract is absurd. I don't know if you guys saw this, but this is just an idea of where the NBA is headed in terms of the money that you can expect from these players to get. So Donovan Mitchell just agreed on a 3-year, $150.3 million maximum contract extension. Now, what this does is it gives Donovan Mitchell an opportunity to get the 10-year service for him to match the 10-year service criteria allowing him to pursue a 5-year, $380 million plus extension. That is absurd. That's absurd. Now, that will be the biggest contract we will ever see. Speaking of the biggest contract that we've ever seen, Jayson Tatum just got paid the big bucks last night as well. Jayson Tatum is your newest, highest paid player in the entire NBA. He signed a 5-year, $315 million Supermax extension with the Boston Celtics. So that's another big news we have to keep in mind about. Okay? Now, this is just good to know because the Knicks right now, we don't have a Supermax on our books. And the one thing that we haven't seen yet in this offseason is what is going to happen with Jalen Brunson. Is he going to extend his contract with the Knicks this offseason, or will he double down on himself and try to get paid more money next offseason, right? Tyrese Maxey is another player who just got paid the big bucks. Tyrese Maxey is a Philadelphia 76er for the foreseeable future. There's a lot of players out there getting paid. Now, will the Knicks extend Brunson? I'll tell you this. The Knicks would love to extend Brunson. And there's a lot of momentum towards Brunson signing the extension. But Knicks fans need to realize what Brunson is doing if he does sign this extension. He is giving the New York Knicks a potential $100+ million discount. Because if Jalen Brunson signs his extension this offseason, he is missing out on an opportunity to get a Supermax contract next offseason. Because if Brunson was greedy and he was all about the money and not about winning, he would not sign an extension this offseason. He'd go out there and play just as well as he did this past season, and then he'd be eligible to get paid a lot more money. So that's another storyline to keep up with. Will the Knicks ink up Brunson this offseason for the long term to avoid paying him that type of dollar? Okay, now that's the latest. Now Julius Randle is eligible for an extension as well. I don't expect the Knicks to extend Julius Randle. He does have a player option next offseason. So Julius Randle could opt out of his deal next year to renegotiate it with the Knicks or hit the open market. So that's another thing to keep in mind. Dante DiVincenzo, Josh Hart, OG Anunoby, and Bridges, they're all under contract for the next 2 years, as well as Brunson. So we do have a window here, folks. We have a window to win. Not only just go far in the postseason. No, we have a window to win an NBA title. That's what this Knicks team does. And you look around the Eastern Conference, okay, the Philadelphia 76ers, they definitely got better. They added Paul George. They added Andre Drummond. They re-signed Oubre. They extended Tyrese Maxey. They added Eric Gordon. The Sixers definitely got better. The Milwaukee Bucks are still a team to watch out for. I know that last year was disappointing for the Bucks because of Giannis's injury and that pairing of Dame Lillard and Giannis did not go as smoothly as the Milwaukee Bucks thought it would. But they definitely still have championship DNA. Of course, you can't forget about the Boston Celtics, the Indiana Pacers. They're running it back with basically the same team last year. They extended Obi Toppin off the bench. And then the Miami Heat are very interesting because they're not making any moves in the offseason that kind of sparks any fear in anybody around the NBA. Pat Riley's kind of sitting on his hands and just being like, yeah, we like what we got. We're going to try to get the most out of our undrafted players. That's kind of the Miami Heat culture. So that's kind of how the Eastern Conference stacks up. If I had to say the top 3 teams in the East are the Celtics, the Knicks, and the 76ers, and then the Bucks are right there. And then you got to give the Pacers some credit. I mean, they beat us, okay? Listen, I know why they beat us. I'm not going to go into that whole series again. But at the end of the day, that's what it is all about. So according to the chat, it seems like you guys really want to bring in a Wiseman, okay? James Wiseman is a player that I really, really feel like the Knicks could get the most out of. Let me know in the chat right now how you feel about Wiseman. Do you think that the Knicks would be smart to get the 23-year-old? That's another player. Now, there's another guy that just got waived by the Jazz. Now, this is a guy, 26 years old from the Jazz. Listen, the Knicks got to make sure that they turn every single stone. Amir Yurtseven, okay? This is a guy that is 26 years old from the Jazz. He played in 48 games last year, 11 minutes per game, 4.6 points, 53.8% from the field, and 4.3 rebounds. Definitely not a guy that I'd love the Knicks to bring in, but this is the type of market the Knicks have to look after. This is the type of market the Knicks have to look out for. Mo Wagner is a player I would love, but does he fit? Does he fit this Knicks team? Didn't see anybody say Omer yet. He got some talent, can rebound and score in the paint. Not so sure how his defense is. Yeah, that's the thing, is his defense is the thing that concerns me with Omer, personally. But listen, I'll double down on the same sentiment that I said yesterday. Whoever the Knicks bring in, I have the utmost confidence in this Knicks coaching staff to get the most out of their players. This is a guy who has been able to buy into any system that he's been a part of. In the Miami Heat team, I think he was on the Heat, 2 years ago? When that Heat made that run, right? Yeah, so he was on that 2021-2022 Heat team when he played in 56 games off the bench, put up 12 minutes per game. And then last season, he did not play a lot, only 9 games played, 2 seasons ago, rather, and then this past season with the Jazz. So this is definitely a guy, Omer, that we got to consider. Maybe I'll add him to the image slideshow for you guys. And also, if there's any other names that you feel like the Knicks should consider bringing in free agency for this Knicks team, please do not hesitate to let me know in the chat, folks, because I want every single option for the Knicks to be talked about amongst this Knicks fan base right now. So let me know in the chat, which players would you want the New York Knicks to go after in free agency to replace Isaiah Hartenstein? Let me know right now in the chat, which players would you want the New York Knicks to go after in free agency for these New York Knicks? I think there's a lot of options, but the question is, which player is the right fit for this team? Which player is the right fit for this team? That's kind of how I look at it as well. But the reality is, I'll say it again, this Knicks coaching staff gives me the utmost confidence that whoever they bring in, they have a plan for. Okay? They have a plan for whatever player they bring in. And they will fit this team. Keith, my man, I appreciate you, bro. Wiseman has the most upside. The coaching staff will unlock his potential. Unfortunately, they will develop him into getting a bag somewhere else. So I agree. I think that Wiseman has the most upside out of any player simply because of his age. I mean, this guy was a second overall pick for Golden State 4 years ago. And if there is a team out there that can get the most out of a big man, it is the Knicks. It is Tom Thibodeau. So it seems like Keith is all in on our guy. Shout out to people tuning in on Bleacher Report. M.M. Martin says, we need a big body, and Wiseman would check the boxes. Absolutely. NY Made Let's Argue says, Steven Adams? I mean, Steven Adams. I don't know about that one. You never know. They got to figure it out. Keith, I appreciate you, man. I really do appreciate you, as always, my guy. So let me know in the chat any other players you want the New York Knicks to consider bringing in, because this is a win. This isn't even a win now team anymore, folks. And what I mean win now, I mean this is a championship caliber squad. Knicks fans, we're not used to having a championship caliber run ahead of ourselves. We're used to having like, okay, let's go try to make the playoffs and maybe make the second round. That's in the past. We have a window here to go win an NBA title. Let that sink in, folks. Let that sink in. Okay? That is something that I want Knicks fans to just realize here, that this franchise has set themselves up to be a championship caliber team. It is a beautiful thing. It is an absolutely beautiful thing. Okay? And I'm not worried. I am not worried. And neither should you. All right. So, again, I see a lot of other names in the chat right now letting me know where you guys feel like the Knicks should go. Let's get it. So, it seems like I want to get your thoughts on Precious Achiuwa. If the Knicks just re-sign Precious, would that move the needle for you Knicks fans? Is that enough? Let me know in the chat. Does Precious Achiuwa returning to the Knicks make you feel better about this overall front court depth? Because Precious deserves some credit, man. Precious Achiuwa had a very good season with the Knicks when he got here. Now, it was a rough start. I actually went to his breakout game with the Knicks. It was that Toronto Raptors Knicks game when RJ Barrett and Emmanuel quickly returned to the Knicks. And he had a breakout game, and that was the game where I'm like, okay, Precious, maybe you weren't just a throw-in in that trade. And he went out there and played well. Now, the thing about Precious that I know a lot of people always talk about is he's not really a prototypical center. He's more of a power forward. He's not that big, but that's the versatility that he can bring. That's the versatility he could bring. And I think that he has the length. He has the size. He has the energy as well that really makes the difference. He can protect the rim. And I think he does enough to back up Mitchell Robinson for sure. And I'm not good. I'm okay with it. Thomas Bryant was good, I remembered, but what happened to him? I mean, Thomas Bryant is a guy that, he still has some upside as well. These are the guys that we have to talk about. These are the guys that are available on the open market. Mo Bamba was a player that some Knicks fans wanted. He's off the market. Jonas Valanciunas was a guy that Knicks fans wanted. He's off the market. Bataze from the Orlando Magic was on the open market. He re-signed with the Magic. He's off the market. Andre Drummond was a player Knicks fan wanted. He went to Philadelphia. He's off the market. So the Knicks have to make a decision already, because if we keep waiting, these players are going to go. Which also tells me this. Leon Rose has a plan, folks, which is why I'm not panicking. And neither should you. I have officially accepted the reality that I trust anything Leon Rose does. Now, he had to win that trust. I didn't have that trust right when we hired him as the president of the basketball operations for the Knicks. I was skeptical. His first few years, I was, okay, Leon, what are you doing? But at this point, Leon Rose has a plan, folks, which is why I'm not losing sleep over the Knicks missing out on Hartenstein and us not having a backup center behind Mitch just yet. Leon Rose is cooking something up. And I'm here to tell you, do not rule out a trade for a center. Now, I don't have any sources. I'm not saying that that's happening. But just because we have these players on the slideshow that are available in free agency, there could be a name that no one's talking about that the Knicks trade for. Do you guys have any ideas? Let me know in the chat. Are there any trade candidates? Are there trade candidates out there? Because there is. If the Knicks get aggressive and they see one player that fits this team the most, because, folks, this is a season where the Knicks are going all in. And what that means is that Leon Rose should be sacrificing assets in the future to go after win-now assets right in the now. So if we have to package some future picks to go get a center that's under contract elsewhere, you do it. Do I have to remind Knicks fans what Leon Rose pulled off in the NBA draft? We went into the NBA draft with 3 total picks. We came out of that draft with 4 rookie selections and 3 future second-round picks and extra cap space. How Leon Rose pulled that off, I'd have to break it down for an hour straight. He's like a mad scientist, Leon Rose, and his crew. It's not just Leon Rose. You got to give Worldwide West credit. Got to give Brack Aller credit as well. He's got a lot of good resources in his ears. But my point is, Leon Rose has a plan here. And right now, it's our job as Knicks fans to speculate, to wonder, what is the plan? Is it a Wiseman? Is it to bring in Precious? Is it to get a Mo Wagner from Orlando? Is it to go the veteran route of Daniel Tice? Is it a Thomas Bryant? This is ridiculous. How many options? This is what it's all about, folks. So let me know where you guys stand, because I think there's a lot of options. A lot of options. Do not trade Deuce. Go get someone via MLE or wait until trade deadline. Yeah, the Knicks should not be trading Deuce. I do not expect them to be trading Deuce. Remember, there was a report out there that the Knicks may had to extend or include McBride in that trade, but that's not happening anymore. LaSalle says, has the trade been confirmed yet, Richie? No, not just yet. Not just yet. Someone asked in the Bleacher Report chat, what kind of contract could the Knicks offer now that iHeart is gone? So the Knicks have the MLE rights, so they have like a $5.6 million tax exception or something like that. So the Knicks could be getting a player like Precious or these guys that we're talking about. They have the money to afford that. They have the money to afford that. E. Gonzalez in the chat. Salute to everyone. New channel subscriber. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Let's go. I appreciate you guys. Now, the thing about, there's one player I really want the Knicks to bring in, and it is Mo Wagner. I think that he would be a pretty good asset for this Knicks team. But hey, we shall see, man. We shall see. My man keeps asking about this player right here. Pukoveski is not available. He is not a free agent. He's a free agent next year, Helios. He is a free agent next year. He's under contract with the Charlotte Hornets this season, and then he is a free agent next year. So he is not available. Not available. Orlando can offer more. Well, the Orlando Magic just re-signed Bataze. So are they going to try to re-sign both their big men? I mean, they could. They could. Do not trade Deuce. He is the best on-ball defender. Yeah, we cannot trade Deuce McBride, folks. We will not, and we won't. I love Mo Wagner, Def Tibbs types of player. The thing about Mo Wagner that I like, folks, is that he's a stretch big. He can stretch the floor. He's a stretch big. He can space the floor, knock down a three-pointer. I mean, he's not the biggest, candidate when it comes to like protecting the paint and being that defensive dog that we like to see. He's more of an offensive threat. But at the end of the day, that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like right now. So the Knicks have to bring in somebody, man. Somebody. Is there any centers that we're not talking about yet? Let me know in the chat. Is there any centers that we haven't talked about that's available? Nick Richards. Woo. This is tough. This is tough. So I'm going to go on a website to see what we got cooked up. So James Wiseman, Wagner, Daniel Tice, Cody Zeller, JaVale McGee. Are we bringing in JaVale McGee or what? No. Tristan Thompson, Boban. Oh, gosh. Omer Yurt7 is still available, like we talked about. Thomas Bryant, Damian Jones, Moses Brown, Xavier Tillman. That is a guy that we could bring in potentially. Xavier Tillman is definitely somebody. Watch out for Xavier Tillman, folks. That's a name that we haven't talked about. Let me know your thoughts about Xavier Tillman, 25 years old. He is on the open market right now. He's coming off a championship ring with Boston. I mean, he only played in 20 games in 13 minutes of action, 51% from the field, 2.7 rebounds, 25 years old. He's kind of like I kind of compare him to another version of Precious. He could play the 4, he could play the 5. That's another guy as well. So let me know. Bismack Biyombo. I'm looking at this website, and they have got players like Bismack Biyombo. Okay, Bismack Biyombo's not going to get signed, is he? Is he even still, like... That's a good one. Metu is another guy. Chimizi Metu. He is on the open market. I mean, these are the guys we got to talk about. 27 years old, on the Phoenix Suns last year. Played in 37 games. 12 minutes off the bench, 5 points, 50% from the field, 3 rebounds. This is another guy, Chimizi Metu. Okay, so these are the names. These are the names that we as Knicks fans are currently considering. It's sad, but hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. Rashawn Holmes as well is still available. Rashawn Holmes, he's a veteran. 30 years old. Okay? He played in only 17 games last year. Well, no. He played in 23 games for the Mavericks. And then in the trade, he went to the Wizards and played in 17 games there. He had 7 points in 18 minutes for the Wizards last year. Shot an efficient 55% from the field, 6 rebounds. I could see Richaun Holmes. He's a big boy that could crash those rebounds. Former second-round pick. I mean, again, these are the guys that we have to talk about. Now, thank you, Tariq, for reminding the people, no need to panic. No need to panic. Now, we are going to end the show here on Bleacher Report. We're doing a simulcast. Bleacher Report, thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you shoot me a follow here on the Bleacher Report app. My name is Richard from Knicks Media. If you want to see the extended version of this show, come on to YouTube, Knicks Media. Shout out to Bleacher Report. I'll see you guys in the next show. All right, the Bleacher Report show has ended, but we continue to go here on YouTube, folks. The show, it must go on here on YouTube. Shout out to everybody tuning in on YouTube, guys. Just want to give a big shout out to Knicks fans in the chat right now because we hit 13,000 subs over the weekend, and we are already on our way to 14K subs, which is ridiculous. You guys are showing so much love and so much support to this channel, and I cannot thank you guys enough. Guys, let's hit that like button right now. We only have 75 likes with 444 live watchers. Let's smash the like button. Let's get this to over 200 likes right now, Knicks fans. Hit the thumbs up button if you're enjoying the show. Let's get more Knicks fans, more NBA fans in this chat right now to get it cooking, to get things cooking. I really want there to be breaking news while we're live so we can react to it. I really want there to be some breaking news while we're live. But hey, you never know if there will be. Will there be breaking news while we're live? I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure. Let's get this to over 200 likes, folks. Come on now. Let's get it. Let's get it. Chiefs Kingdom says, hello, Knicks Media. Go New York, go New York, go. I'm a big-time Knicks fan, and my aunt is. Well, let's go Knicks. Let's go Knicks. Did somebody just say Taj Gibson? Uh-oh. I hope not. I hope not. I mean, listen, no disrespect to Uncle Taj, but come on now. We hear this is the Knicks season. Chip season has begun. Drip more, my man. I appreciate you tuning in, bro. I appreciate you tuning in, man. Let's get it. Let's get it. We already hit over 100 likes. Can we get to 200 likes by the end of the show? I think we can. Let's hit that like button, folks. Come on now. And subscribe if you're new to the channel. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I go live, every time there's a Knicks news. I try my best to be on a live show or make a video as soon as I possibly can, folks. So you can get some breaking news here on this channel. Breaking news, we will be here doing this again tomorrow. Well, Chris, I hope not, because I want to react to some news already. I want to react to some news already. So it seems like a lot of fans have a lot of different versions. Like my man G5 Wee says Wiseman or Tice. AO says Yurt7. Shall see. Hey, we don't know what we have in Ariel Hukporty. Hopefully we get a chance to see what he can do. Yeah, I think that, the Summer League is going to give us an idea of that. The Knicks Summer League is going to give us an idea of who these rookies are in a little bit. What if Tibbs develops Jericho Sims? That is definitely a thing that Knicks fans need to realize is a possibility. I mean, first of all, the Knicks have been developing Jericho Sims for the last 3 years. He's entering his 4th NBA season. What if the Knicks look at Jericho Sims as their backup right now? I don't know if I feel confident with that. I'd rather him to be the backup in case of injuries. I don't want the Knicks to go into this season with Mitch, Sims, and Hukporty. I want them to get Mitch and a player like Precious or a player like Wiseman or a player like that we've been talking about. And then Jericho could come in. Because let's be honest, Jericho Sims, he showed flashes, but he hasn't really proved to me yet that he's ready for a championship run. He's built for it. Not yet. I can't tell if it is a good or bad thing that this is taking so long. Does that mean Leon is cooking something up? Honestly, the more time passes, the more I'm not worried. I don't know if that makes sense. I have completely surrendered to the idea that Leon Rose knows what he's doing. That Leon Rose has a plan that we just haven't seen yet. That's what I'm looking at it yet, man. That's how I'm looking at it. Sims sets really good screens. Is this sarcasm? I can't tell. I mean, what does Jericho Sims do well? Jumps high. Lob threat. Can get some second chance opportunities. But his basketball IQ is what lacks for me. I feel like sometimes he looks lost. Not every time. There's some flashes, don't get me wrong. But there's inconsistencies to his game where I can't look at Jericho and feel 100% confident in him yet. Like, I like him as the backup with an injury. That's how I look at it. I want it to be Mitchell Robinson, a player we sign, and then the two rotational players that can be plugged in case of injury is a Jericho Sims or a Hook Porty. Now, look at, I feel like a lot of Knicks fans have been convincing themselves about Ariel Hook Porty as well. You never know what the Knicks can get out of this rookie. You never know. Bataze has re-signed with the Magic if you missed out on this news. He re-signed with the Magic. He needs minutes just like iHeart got minutes. I mean, yeah, listen, when Jericho did get minutes, he did play pretty well. The game I always like to bring up is that Denver game. But at the end of the day, Jericho Sims hasn't proved enough. I mean, let me pull up his numbers. In 13 minutes, Jericho Sims, 2 points per game, 69% from the field. He's 25 years old. Something also to keep in mind, the New York Knicks drafted Jericho Sims in the 2021 draft with the 58th overall pick in the second round. Just want to remind you guys that the Knicks drafted Ariel Hook Porty with that same exact draft pick, 58. So the Knicks definitely are going to look at Ariel Hook Porty as a player that they can mold like they did Jericho Sims. The Knicks also drafted Mitchell Robinson in the second round. Now, that was at the top of the second round, but they slowly molded and developed Mitchell Robinson into the player that he is today, who is a dominant force to be reckoned with, who has injury concerns. So, watch out for Hook Porty. Ariel Hook Porty. This is a guy who played for the NBL. He's a 22-year-old rookie. He's 7 foot tall, 254 pounds. I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to put all my faith in this guy, but I feel like he has a chance here. Now, I feel like we've been so lost in the center position in the free agency where I feel like I haven't had an opportunity to even talk about what the Knicks did in the draft. I haven't even talked about Bacome Dadier. I haven't talked about Tyler Kolek or Kevin McCullough Jr. We've been talking about Hook Porty more than anything because he's a center. But watch out for Tyler Kolek. Watch out for Bacome Dadier. I mean, if there was one player that is the most NBA ready of all these draft picks, I think it's Kevin McCullough Jr., who is a walking Josh Hart. Now, the good thing about Hook Porty that I like is that he does have a post game. I noticed when I watch his film, he does like to back people down low. Now, of course, he's playing in the NBA. Like, he's playing in a league that's definitely not the NBA. So he makes it look a little easier where he's not going to be able to do it as efficiently in the NBA. But you never know what his game can develop into. He has a low post game. He has a little hook shot. He's a lefty. I don't know if that's going to translate, but hey, you never know. I want to see what the 7-footer can do. Absolutely. Absolutely, man. You never know what the Knicks are going to get out of these draft picks. My man PCK is upset. If we are lost in the center position, why did we draft a wing in the first round who is not ready? Because you got to build for the future. I know that we're in a win now mode, but the Knicks also got to plan for their future. I mean, Bacome Daddier has a lot of upside, man. I'm excited to break deeper into him after this all offseason thing wraps up. Because Bacome Daddier at a 6'8", 6'9", his length, his size, and his ability to put the ball on the floor and size up defenders and hit step-back threes and hit mid-range contested shots, like, I mean, Daddier has a lot of upside. Now, he's 18 years old, so he's very raw. You never know. You never know. My man Ayo is doubling down, tripling down, quadrupling down on his guy, Yurt7. He said that he's better than Hartenstein, and we don't know his game. Hey, you never know, man. I figure we drafted a wing in case OG gets hurt. We also need to realize that the wing position has now become the most valuable position in the NBA. All of a sudden. You need to have at least one elite wing, and the Knicks have two now. And Bacome Daddier can kind of develop in Westchester this year. He's more of an offensive threat. Now, talking about Kevin McCullough Jr. right now, real quick, our rookie from Kansas. The one thing I love about that rookie's game is he is ready to defend. He is exactly what Tom Thibodeau loves in his players. Talking about the Knicks draft pick of Kevin McCullough Jr. from Kansas. He would have went way higher in the draft if he did not get hurt before the tournament, first of all. Second of all, this guy is built to defend in the Tom Thibodeau system. He could go in as a rookie and play well enough defense right away. Now, his offensive game definitely needs some development. He did put up 18 points per game in Kansas. He plays fast. He plays in transition. He's literally just another version of Josh Hart. But I like McCullough developing for the long run. Let's go. Go and get Wagner. If not, get Wiseman and Precious. Yeah, I think that the Knicks are definitely, they have a plan in place. And that's what I keep trying to stress to Knicks fans, to not stress out about this situation with the Knicks. I'm not stressed out. Guys, let's get this to over 200 likes right now. Let's get this to over 200 likes. Also, if you guys want to shop on the Knicks fan store, if you click the little shop icon, I link some Knicks merch. This hat that I really like. You can get an OG Anunoby t-shirt. You got a Jalen Brunson graphic tee. You got the Brunson jersey. You got a nice, if you click that little shop button, there's a link to some Fanatics products that I kind of like. Can the Knicks get Lauren and trade picks? McCullough reminds me of Josh Green. Are you excited for Bridges? Woo! I'm excited for Bridges. I am excited for Bridges, all right. That trade came out of nowhere. Now, we talked about that as a possibility, don't get me wrong, for Bridges to come to the Knicks. But I think that us Knicks fans need to realize that we are good regardless of who we bring in. I know that we're starving for an answer and we're starving to have the best roster assembled, but we are good. We are good. E. Gonzalez says, I like the kid from Marquette. I think he's NBA ready, and hopefully he's our version of TJ McConnell. He's got a lot. He's way more. I know why people are comparing him to McConnell, but McConnell kind of has more of a defensive-like energy, where Kolek kind of has an offensive fluidity to his game where he can control the show a little bit. I mean, if he could become our TJ McConnell, we win, right? I love his game. He's got a smooth jumper. He's got the ability to run the floor. I think if the Knicks are smart, they slowly develop him into the backup role behind Brunson. Because if we can get Kolek out there and he can play well enough to give him an opportunity to run the show while Brunson's on the bench, that's awesome. I think the Knicks aced this draft, and I made a whole video on it on my channel. If you guys want to check it out, I already made a video talking about why Leon Rose aced the 2024 NBA draft, in my opinion. And I'm not even just saying that because I'm a Knicks fan, bro. If you put in consideration what the Knicks had going into the NBA draft and what they came out of, it just blows my mind. It really does. Like, I already talked about it, but I have to say it again because it continues to blow my mind. The Knicks went into the NBA draft with 3 draft picks. They came out with 4 rookies, 3 future picks, and compensation. I mean, cash, whatever you want to call it. Money, cap space. How is that even possible? You know how it's possible? Leon Rose pulled off like 5 trades, and you have to be a mad scientist to figure out how he did it. He traded out of 24 to 26 to pick up 51, and then he traded out of 26 for 5 second-round picks, and then he did this, and then Leon Rose did that. What a job from Leon Rose, and that was not the first time he's done something like that. Remember the 2022 draft when the Knicks had a lottery pick? He traded out of that draft completely, traded Kemba Walker, freed up cap space, and then we used that cap space to get Jalen Brunson, and we got more assets in the future. Those assets into the future turned into Bridges. This is what I'm talking about. Leon Rose has a freaking plan, and it's so amazing to see, man. It's just amazing to see. It's amazing. The Knicks should make re-signing Precious Achiuwa a top priority. Yeah, I agree. I think that. Leon Rose is an NBA medium. Let's go. You guys mean Dragic. Yeah, Tyler Kolek reminds me of a Goran Dragic more than TJ McConnell, personally. If you want to draw a comparison to Kolek, it's Dragic. For sure. Dragic was a beast, bro. Double down on injury-prone rim protectors and try to grab Robert Williams and Portland drafted Klingon. Robert Williams would fit this team for sure, but I don't know. Just don't trade Deuce is all I ask. I really don't see the Knicks trading Deuce. I would not worry about that. I really would not worry about that. What about James Wiseman? Yeah, I mean, he's on the open market. To me, it feels like the Knicks have confidence in Jericho Sims to be the backup. I think they have confidence in Jericho, but I don't know if they have confidence in him to be the primary backup, to be in the starting rotation right away. You feel me? Folks, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe here to Knicks Media. We're growing. A lot of new Knicks fans are getting eyes on this YouTube channel, and I cannot thank you all enough for all the support. Don't forget to smash the like button. Let's get this to 200 likes. We have 438 live watchers. There's no reason why we cannot get to 200 plus likes, folks. Let's go. Let's go! Knicks free agency news here live on Knicks Media's YouTube channel. My name is Richie. Don't forget to shoot me a follow as well on socials, guys. I'm very active on social media at NYKnicks_media on both Instagram and Twitter. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate all you guys. Let's go. Let's go, Knicks. Man, now this is making me want the season to just start already. Isn't it? Isn't this making you guys want the season to start already? We got a long way to go, bro. We got a long way to go. Kolek is Dragic. Stockton light. I like that comparison. If you want to compare him to somebody, not only Dragic, but Jalen Brunson, by the way, is another guy he looks like. Just saying. Oh, man, I can't wait till we play the Celtics and the Sixers. Let's go. Randall Hound come off the bench for second unit to not get in Brunson way. What? You got to be trolling, bro. Brunson's not coming off no bench. This is a troll. I'm not even going to extra. I ain't going to even give that some energy there. I want to see these Nova guys jam and make other teams fear them. W stream, let's go Knicks. Let's get a good, decent big we can develop. We got the keys. Let's get the chip. We here. That's the energy I like. I'm excited to see the lineup on the court for the Knicks of Brunson, DiVincenzo, Anunoby, Bridges, and Randle or Robinson. I cannot wait to see all 4 Nova players on the court at the same time. That's going to be exciting. Do you think Kolek is going to be part of the rotation? I think he has a chance to, but I think Deuce McBride is going to get the benefit of the doubt over him because of his defense. Now, if the Knicks need some offense, then Kolek can get in there, but also he is a rookie, and we know how Tom Thibodeau likes to play rookies. The Knicks are going to be smart. They're going to let him develop. They're going to throw him into Westchester. They're going to let him gain confidence. Very smart stuff. The way that they did the Deuce McBride stuff, that's how I look at it. Guys, don't look at whoever's CAA as their guaranteed Knicks. I think that's a little overblown. There's a lot of CAA clients out there, like a lot, that are getting paid and getting extended elsewhere. I'm not buying into that speculation personally. So we shall see, though. There's a lot of opportunities for the Knicks to go after these players. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited. You think we could sign Wagner? Yeah, I do. But I feel like Kolek should spot start because he is a senior. Yeah, that's another thing why I think Kolek is NBA ready. 4 years in college. Same thing with Kevin McCullough. Who will we start, OG or Josh Hart? Chat, why don't you answer this question for my man PCK? This is an easy answer. I'll answer it for you. It's OG. OG starting. Josh Hart came off the bench to start off the season. Let's not forget. Josh Hart is a bench player. He was forced to start because of the injuries. No disrespect to Josh Hart, but that's just true. That's just true. OG Anunoby, bro. Don't forget that the Knicks are literally don't lose with OG starting. I mean, when this guy's healthy, the Knicks don't lose. They don't lose. Oh, man. Exciting stuff, man. Exciting stuff. Come on, folks. We're so close to 200 likes. I know we can get it. I know we can get it. Let's go. Ragu and Hart coming off the bench. Lethal. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. It is lethal. That's what makes this Knicks team so dynamic is that we have two players that help this Knicks team go deep into the playoffs now coming off the bench. Hey, would we consider trading for a Cat? And if so, how would we? I don't think so, man. We cannot afford that. We would have to trade Randle and Mitch and Picks and Deuce and a lot. I don't know. I don't know if that would be smart. I mean, nothing. I mean, Karl Anthony Towns is a dog, but to quote a fellow New York City athlete, can't wait. Shout out Bart Scott. Let's go. Josh Hart is the perfect bench player along with Dante and Deuce. That's a dangerous three coming off the bench. Facts. The Knicks bench is going to be so fun. Remember the era of the Knicks where we were all like obsessed with our bench, where our bench was just always better than our starters? That's when we had Emmanuel Quickley, Obi Toppin, and Deuce coming off the bench, and Grimes. Those were the days. Wait till we get that Jalen, Dante, Hart, McCall lineup, and OG. Bro. That's going to be ridiculous. We could pull this off. We can go small here and have the 4 Nova boys with OG out there or Randle. This Knicks team is so deep, which is why I hate that there's some Knicks fans complaining about Hartenstein. Like, yeah, I understand Hartenstein is gone. That's going to be sad, but relax. Would you trade Randle and Deuce for Sengun? I hope this is a troll, right? This has to be a troll. This has to be a troll, right? Tell me it is. Now, listen, no disrespect to Sengun. I mean, he's breaking out over there in Houston. But, dude, I'm sorry. If there's one thing that drives me the most nuts, it's the Julius Randle disrespect. The Julius Randle trade scenarios I see is like crazy, bro. I saw somebody say, Should the Knicks trade Randle, Deuce, Mitch, and 3 firsts for Markkanen? I wouldn't even trade Julius Randle straight up for Markkanen. What are we doing? Like, the people that are including Julius Randle in these big blockbuster trades, I would not even trade Randle straight up for the players that you're trading him for. This is no disrespect to Sengun, but you know who else is a baller, bro? Julius Randle's a baller. And better than him. I mean, he could develop, but give me a break. I can't stand people and the disrespect to Julius Randle. That is the one thing that drives me nuts. Just be honest. I don't understand why Knicks fans cannot rally around Julius Randle and realize this is our guy. I would trade Sengun and 4 unprotected picks for Randle and Deuce. Wait, so are you a Rockets fan saying this, or are you a Knicks fan saying this? Because if you... Richie, they do it to stir up the players because they know they see it. All right, if that's what the case is and it works, then let's do it. Let's do it, man. Uh-oh, I got the Randle haters coming after me now. Here we go. Joshua Williams. Randle isn't that good, bro. Okay, here we go again. Name me a forward that just can put up 24, 10, and 5 in his sleep on an efficient 48% from the field. Like, this doesn't grow on trees, bro. People feel like, I don't know. I don't even want to go down this road. I really don't. I don't want to get into some debates with these trolls because people underestimate the talent of Julius Randle so much, bro. I'm telling you. People think that a guy like Julius Randle just grows on trees. I'm telling you. People think that who Julius Randle is can just be easily replaced. Name me a guy that the Knicks can just replace. 24 points per game, 9 boards, 5 assists. Do you realize those assists, the playmaking that Julius Randle is? Is he perfect? No. Does he have turnover issues? Yes. But guess what? The talent around Julius Randle now is unbelievable. He is going to now be able to have the best season of his career. By the way, Randle was having the best season of his career last year. All-star. Do you guys realize that Julius Randle's an all-star? Oh, multi-time all-star, not a fluke all-star, a multi-time all-star. Guys, 25 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists is unbelievable on efficiency. Someone that can create his own shot. Someone that can go toe-to-toe with the league's best. Someone that if you don't send a double team, he will eat you alive one-on-one. And when you start double teaming Randle, he will find the open man. Enough with the Randle disrespect. He's a hard-nosed rebounder. The Knicks were literally unbeatable with Julius Randle healthy when they traded for OG Anunoby. Enough, Knicks fans. Enough. It's time to embrace Julius Randle. Like, the thing about the Knicks fan base that does not like Julius, this is what I don't understand. He is the guy who chose the Knicks when we missed out on Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. He was the guy that embraced the toxicity of this Knicks organization, of this Knicks fan base when we sucked. He was the one who dealt with all of the adversity, and he responds with dominance. Is he perfect? No. But this guy embraced New York City. He loves New York. I'll leave it at that, bro. I'm not going to try to convince these Randle haters, but if you're a true Knicks fan, if you know what it means to be a Knick, if you know what it's like to embrace this city, I am a Knicks fan that appreciates a multi-time All-Star on the New York Knicks. I'm a Knicks fan that appreciates a player who broke out and became the most improved player in the NBA, winning that award, and has been a multi-time All-Star who embraces this Knicks team. He's a legit all-star. I'm a true Knicks fan. That's how I look at it. You cannot trade Randle for anybody better than him. It's that simple. And guess who's going to be the second leading scorer, the second option this year, next to Jalen Brunson? Julius Randle will be. Not OG, not Bridges, not Dante, not Hart. That's what I'm saying. For everybody that's like, oh, yeah, just trade Randle. Trade Randle? Do you want to win a championship or not? Like, what? Do you want to win an NBA title? Yeah, let's just trade away our second option, offensively speaking. I mean, what are we doing here? You want to trade away our second scoring option? This guy can put up 24, 25 points per game next to Jalen Brunson's 28. You want to trade him? For what? Bogus. There's nobody that can convince me that trading Randle's a good idea. Now, I do have to admit now that is there a scenario where the Knicks could trade Randle? Yes, there is. There is. I'm not ruling it out as it's not happening at all. I think Leon Rose has proved to me that nobody on the Knicks is untouchable. That's what he proved when he traded RJ and Quickly. I thought Quickly was untouchable. I was like, Quickly ain't going nowhere. He got traded. Grimes going nowhere. He got traded. So the one thing I've learned of this Knicks front office is that nobody's untouchable. So I could see Leon Rose trade Julius Randle. But me personally, I'm not advocating for it. I'm not pounding the table to trade Randle like some others. I appreciate him. If we trade Julius, we have to get somebody back that's just as good, if not better. That's how I look at it. Like, people act like 25, 10, and 5 just grows on trees at the 4 spot. Put some respect on my boy Julius Randle's name. Come on now. Put some respect on his name. He was putting up, and that's why it really infuriates me the most that he got hurt this season, because he was having the best game, the best season of his career. Also, please, let's not pretend now all of a sudden Julius Randle's injury prone. He's not. He's coming off an injury this past season, but every year with the Knicks, he's played 70-plus games. So he's not injury prone. Let's wipe that out. Did he get hurt last year? Yeah. He freaking landed on his shoulder. I mean, injuries happen. But at the end of the day, Julius Randle is coming out with, think of it as like Randle's been in a cage and he's an animal ready to come out and take the league by storm. If there's somebody that I'm honestly the most excited for on this Knicks team this upcoming year, it is Julius Randle, because you don't have to ask him to do much now. You just got to play his role. Be a bruiser down low, be efficient, don't force it, be a facilitator, and play defense. That's what I like to see, baby. That's what I like to see. So that's my rant. Thanks for poking the bear. And Knicks fans know if there's one thing that I get passionate about, it's my guy Julius, because I just can't stand the hate on my guy. But hey, we all can't agree on everything. We all cannot agree on everything, and that's okay. Guys, don't forget to hit the like button on your way into the show. We're so close to 200 likes. 3 likes away, baby. 3 likes away. Let's get that 200 like button. Let's get to the 200 like button smashed. People keep forgetting that. Another thing. The narrative that the Knicks are better without Randle when he got hurt last year is so wrong. It makes me sick to my stomach. It makes me sick to my stomach. The Knicks literally were unbeatable with Randle and OG on the court with Brunson. Unbeatable. 9 games in a row. Dominating. Beat the Minnesota Timberwolves. Dominated the Denver Nuggets. Beat the Celtics. Come on. What are we doing now? Randle's the one who came to the Knicks and built it to where it is. I appreciate him, man. The Knicks have so many weapons. How beautiful is that? How beautiful is that? Wrong. Julius has been hurt the past 3 seasons, and not only was he injured, but he was injured the past 3 postseasons. Listen, man, Julius Randle, when he came to the Knicks, he played 71 games his first season. No, 64 games his first season, 71 games his second season with the Knicks, 72 games, 77 games, and then this past season, 46 games. Now, does he get hurt in the postseason sometimes? Yes. This past season, he couldn't play in the postseason. 2 years ago, he was playing through injuries. But the thing about Randle that I love is he's not going to be a little whiny, oh, I'm hurt, I can't play. No, he wants to go on that court and play through his injury. He's tough. He's as tough as they come. He's not perfect. I'm not saying he has a 100% bill of health here, but he's someone that gets hurt. He plays through it. He's tough. He fits the Knicks culture. Bubba, I'm sorry to break you the news, but he re-signed with the Magic. So, yeah. He re-signed with the Magic. That is done. Let's get it, folks. I love you all in the chat right now. Bring back Achua. I agree. Random, but whatever happened to Jokibitis? Good question. He is overseas right now, I believe. He was stashed, and I honestly have no idea what the update is on him. Brunson, Bridges, OG, Randall, Robinson, McBride, Dante, Hart, Sims, Kessler with Hook Porty can be nasty. That's the vibes. This Randall's team. Let him know. Who's this guy that's comparing Karl-Anthony Towns to Randall? You're the one that's doing that. No one else is, bro. Why are you talking about Cat? We're not worried about Karl-Anthony Towns. We do not care about Cat. We're talking about Randall, bro. I don't know what Cat has anything to do with this team. He's way tougher than some of these other NBA players. Exactly. That's another thing. Like, we're living in the NBA world of, oh, we're going to rest because of load management. You think Randall's resting because of load management? No. That's why I love him and everybody in the Knicks. No one's doing that. That's not the Knicks culture. OG coming back makes it obvious we are unstoppable. Cat, on the other hand, that man's soft. Precious and Sims could be good backups for Mitch. They played well in January when we had our run. I agree. I agree. Let's go. Woo. Go. And other players in the league know how Randall is a dog. He is respected on the court. 100%. 100%. Do you want to go down this path? Didn't the Wolves get mopped by the Mavericks? Like, mopped. Didn't even show up. Got mopped. Why did he even try? I mean, bro, you might as well have lost in the second round. You didn't show up in the Western Conference Finals. How embarrassing. How embarrassing. Anthony Edwards, overrated. Oh, I didn't. Who said that? Who just called Anthony Edwards overrated? That wasn't me. I really wanted Goga, man. Yeah, me too, bro. Me too. Everything the Knicks is today would not be possible without Randall taking a chance on the Knicks when nobody else would. Couldn't have said it better myself, man. Couldn't have said it better myself. Randall's defense helps out Bridges and OG. Mitchell being hurt makes Randall's value more needed. Facts. Randall has better pieces around him. He was injured 2 times in the playoffs. He got doubled when he had no shooters. Watch the bounce back. Did Hartenstein leave us dirty? I don't think so. I think Hartenstein did not leave us dirty. I think he got paid. He has a right to leave. He has a right to leave with the money he got offered and the team he went to, personally. I like Mo Wagner. He's tough and has that New York City grit to him. Wouldn't mind him and Precious. I don't know if we can get both. I mean, that would be huge. Imagine that. But real ball fans know of the Knicks, love bully ball. He brings that toughness Knicks fan loves. He's on a good contract, and he's consistent regular season. Playoffs is something else. Bingo. If you're a Knicks fan, you know what it means to be a Knick. It's gritty, it's tough, it's grimy. That's what Julius Randle brings, bro. How can you not like that? Bully ball. We don't need a fourth center. We drafted Ariel. So we have an Ariel fan in the chat. I don't know, man. I don't feel like I like Hook Porty's talent, but like I can't lie. I mean, I can't tell you that I'm confident in a rookie that was drafted in the 58th overall pick. I like Ariel. I think that he has a lot of upside. At 7 feet tall, he's got the length, he's got the size, he's got the athleticism, but he's a little raw for me to just be like, yeah, we don't need anybody. We got a rookie. The Knicks were capped at what they could offer him, Joseph. The Knicks could only offer him a 4-year, $72 million contract because of the early bird rights. There's nothing the Knicks could have done. The Knicks did everything they possibly could. There's nothing more the Knicks could have done to bring back Hartenstein. There's nothing more. So I do not want that to be a narrative that people are now pushing. Like, oh, the Knicks didn't do enough to bring back. No, it's not true. Ariel's better than Sims. Hey, man, they were both drafted in 58th overall pick. I think there's a chance that that could be the reality, no doubt. Hook Porty is a left-handed defender that played against Sar. He is a steal. Next year, y'all see he's a beast. I think he could definitely be a beast. He does have an offensive game. The thing about Hook Porty that I like that we don't have on the Knicks roster is he does have a low post game. Sims does not have a low post game. Even Mitchell Robinson does not have a low post game. Let's go. We got a super chat. Randall is a dog. I'm excited for the season. Keep up the good content, Richie. Thank you so much for the generous $5 super chat. NY2AZ. I appreciate the $5 super chat big time. Could we get some dono hype in the chat for this generous $5 super chat? Thank you so much. I appreciate it big time. Dono hype in the chat. Dono hype in the chat. I was hoping that we'll get some breaking news while we're live, but that doesn't seem like it's going to happen. We have 500 live watchers across YouTube. I wanted there to be some breaking Knicks news while we're live, but that's not happening. Come on. Break some news already, would you? Break some news. Sign someone. Sign someone, would you? Just got to wait and see. Bring back Nerlens Noel. Hey, shout out Nerlens. Shout out Nerlens, man. He was a big piece of that Knicks team. Again, thank you for the $5 super chat. Cannot thank you enough. Good energy in your show. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I try to bring that energy. Speaking of energy, some coffee. Shout out to Roundtable Sports. If you know, you know what Roundtable Sports is. Shout out. Who knows about Roundtable Sports? Anybody in the chat? Anybody know what Roundtable Sports is? If you don't know, you'll know this year. Shameless little plug of my business I'm building. Just saying. But hey, shout out Roundtable Sports. Let's see. What's the chat saying now? DiVincenzo calling Hartenstein out. So where is Devo calling out Hartenstein? I missed this. Where is this? On Twitter? Where do I go? Where is Dante calling out Hart? I got Roundtable merch. I love it. There we go. My boy. We got some people who know about Roundtable. Roundtable coming through to the NBA soon. Love that. Let's go. All right, what's cooking? What's cooking, chat? Let's see it. On Newsbreak. What about Newsbreak, Ayo? Did you watch me on Newsbreak in the old era? Eric's in the chat. What's up, Richie? Let's go Jets. Let's go Knicks. You know it. Knicks working on convincing Burks on accepting the sign and trade to the Nets for Bridges. Is this true? DiVincenzo calls out Hartenstein on Newsbreak. Oh, I got to check that out. I used to make content on Newsbreak. Let's go Mets. Absolutely. Bring back your favorite player. Oh, shout out to Michael Beasley. He made the Knicks fun when we stunk. Lefty Mello. Remember that? We got a good backup that can also play starter minutes. Trade for Kessler. If Robinson goes down, Kessler to start and Porty to back up. Also rest Robinson. Don't need to rush him back from injuries. Porty is extremely slept on. I can't believe he was the last pick. He's a dog. Yeah, man. Now, there's nobody in the world that wants Porty to work out more than us Knicks fans. Folks, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. We have a lot of new Knicks fans just becoming subscribers to this channel. And I want to thank you all for being part of the Knicks media family, man. I'm really excited to continue to cover this Knicks team all throughout the offseason. This is going to be a very fun season upcoming, man. Marcus with a $5 super chat. Appreciate the donation, my friend. Let's go. Dono hype in the chat for Marcus. Marcus says, Randle hate has gotten crazy. We missed him this postseason. Thanks for speaking reason to these haters. Give me the southpaw. Randle better than Cat. Hashtag bully ball. Woo! My boy Marcus is speaking facts right here. I'm happy that I'm having people on my side because I'm not going to lie to you, Knicks fans. I always felt like I was in the minority when it comes to Julius Randle. I feel like every time I bring up Randle, everyone attacks me. Richie, shut up. Randle stinks. He's a bum. He's trash. Trade him. I'm like, what? No. So thank you, Marcus, for this generous super chat, my guy. It means a lot to me. This means a lot to me, Marcus. Everybody give my man Marcus some dono hype in the chat. Everybody like his... If you agree with what Marcus had to say here, there's a feature on YouTube that you can like a super chat now. So he has 5 likes on his super chat. So hit that like button on his super chat if you agree with Marcus. Appreciate you, Marcus. Appreciate you big time. People forget he signed with the Knicks when they had 15 wins. Exactly, bro. Randle deserves a ring. Yes, sir. Yes, he does. No ISO, and Randle will be unstoppable. Well, guess what? We're not going to see an ISO Randle now with all these playmakers and all these shooters and all the talent around him. I promise you that. Embiid does not dominate against Mitchell Robinson. Robinson is the key to shutting him down. I've been saying that Randle started the New York Knicks movement. Yes, sir. Let's not forget, New York, we here. We here. He started it. Bro, Randle was the first player to bring the Knicks back on the map. He came to this Knicks team. Do I have to remind Knicks fans who was on that team around Julius Randle when he took them to the playoffs as a 4th seed? Bro, Elfrid Payton was the starting point guard. That's all you need to know. Julius Randle took a team with Elfrid Payton as a starting point guard to the freaking playoffs. And let's not forget, the Knicks have not been to the playoffs in like 6 or 7 years before that. That's why people forget, man. Now, the one thing that I will admit that Randle needs to do, that every Knicks fan will admit and knows, he needs to step up in the playoffs. That's the one thing we have not seen yet. And I was so excited for this upcoming season because I had a feeling that this was the year Julius was about to go crazy in the NBA playoffs, but he got hurt, so we couldn't see it. It hurt. But when we need an ISO bucket, Randle can turn that on and get a bucket when we need that. It's a plus, not a minus. No, I agree. I think that ISO Randle we will see. My point was we're not going to see him rely on it. You know, a few years ago, it was our whole offense was isolation with Randle. But the good news is now, when we need a bucket, Randle can go into the post. He can go into his little baseline corner fadeaways that he's a dog in. He can low post. He's a bully. Julius Randle plays his best when he does not rely on the perimeter shot. That's when he's his best. That's when Julius Randle's at his best. When he does not rely on the perimeter shot. When he attacks the paint. And then his shot from downtown opens up. Bowen with a $2 super chat. Randle, pick and roll, high post, plus 2 wings, cut back door. Everybody give my man Bowen Chen some Dono hype in the chat. Hit the like button on his chat if you agree with him. His first super chat. Celebrate their first super chat on a live stream. Wow, Bowen. Well, thank you. Appreciate the super chat. Someone in the live chat says this is also Randle's contract year. It is. Randle has 2 years left on his deal, but there's a player option after the season. So if Randle wants to get a max on the Knicks or somewhere else, this is the year where he needs to have his best season. He has 2 years left on his deal, but he has a player option after the season, which means he technically has, this is a contract year for him. If he balls out, you can expect Randle to opt out of his deal and get a bigger deal. Yo, Richie, where did Goga Bataze go? He re-signed with the Magic. Doesn't matter who you aren't beating the Pacers, Celtics, or Sixers. Oh boy, who's gonna remind Bubba who the Knicks beat in the first round of the playoffs? Because take the 76ers name out of this list. We are not afraid of the Sixers, and we all know that Pacers series was ours until we got hurt. Celtics is a different story. But yeah, nice try. Nice try, Bubba. Nice try, bruh. That lost art is need. Bully ball due to the Sixers signing Drummond, PG-13, and Eric Gordon. Bro, soft, and softer. Still Knicks fans in the chat. What's up, man? Watch out, Knicks fans. This could be a breakout year for Deuce. Deuce broke out last year, but I think there's another level to his game that the Knicks are going to see from him. I have to agree with that. Wiseman, 24 points, 9 boards, 2 assists, and 2 blocks against the Celtics this year, 1 game. That's it. I'm convinced. Sign him. What up, Hector? Welcome to the Knicks Media Show, bro. Well, there's no news, bro. I'm waiting for some breaking news already. I'm here waiting just like you guys. I wanted to go live this morning with the potential of a Knicks breaking news to happen, but not the case right now. Not the case. I wanted to go live through a reaction, but not the case. Come on. Break the news already. Feel me? Break the news already. Do you guys think there's going to be some news to break today or tomorrow or what? What do you guys think? I wanted there to be news right now, man. But that's not happening, is it? I'm on Knicks Twitter right now, refreshing, waiting for the Knicks news. Well, you know what I'm going to do, okay? I'm going to try my best to go live as soon or make a video as soon as the Knicks make a move. Hey, Richie, what do you think about Goga? So, I don't know if you saw Hector, but he re-signed with the Magic. He's off the market. Would you take Wiseman over Precious? I would love Wiseman. I don't know over Precious, though. That's tough. Knicks waiting for all the big contracts to get signed so we can get a bargain deal. The one thing I will say again is that I'm not worried. Leon Rose has a plan. There's no way he does not have a plan right now. And don't sleep on the opportunity of the Knicks to trade for a big man, too, that no one sees coming. That's another thing that Knicks fans need to keep in mind. The Knicks could trade for a player that no one knows yet. So, we shall see. I'm on Twitter right now waiting for some news, but Jose Pena with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much for the generous super chats today, folks. You guys are very, very kind. Cannot thank you enough. Jose says, why do you think the Sixers have a better odd now they have Paul George in their team than the New York Knicks? Do they have better odds according to who? They have better odds according to who? Sportsbooks? I mean, them getting Paul George is definitely a good get for them, but, like, come on. I mean, Paul George is replacing Tobias Harris. That's a big plus for the Sixers. I don't know. What do you guys think? Who's the better team, the Knicks or the Sixers? We shall see, right? Thank you for the super chat, Jose. Appreciate you, bro. Everybody respond to Jose's super chat what you guys think. So the odds changed. We moved to the 5th title hunt odds. I guess that's because we missed out on Hartenstein. Is that why? If we got Hartenstein, we probably would have been up there. All right. Well, smack that like button. Show your love for the show. We'd love to do a collab, man. Let's do it. Appreciate you tuning in, man. We'd love to do some collabs. Hit me up, man. Hit me up. No news yet. No news yet. We are better. PG and Embiid will be in street clothes. They will need more than Paul George to give us problems if we can stay healthy. Facts. Oh, man. This is so tough. I'm just waiting for some breaking news, man. This is not happening. Maybe later today or tomorrow. Oh, Kevin, with a big-time dono. Thank you so much, Kevin. I appreciate this. Everybody give my man Kevin some dono hype in the chat. I already believed it healthy, and the way Brunson was playing last playoffs, we beat the Celtics, and now we get Bridges. I for real think we can clear best team in the East. Also, stop with Mitch hate. He's better than Hart, in my opinion. I think he is better than Hart as well. The thing is the injuries. I happen to agree with you, Kevin. I happen to agree with you. Thank you for the $20, though. Folks, give my man Kevin some dono hype in the chat. Dono hype in the chat. Let's go, Kevin. Appreciate you. Do you guys agree that Mitch is better than iHeart when they're healthy? When both teams are healthy, with both players healthy, who's the better player? I think Mitch is. And I'm consistent with that. I'm not just saying that all of a sudden because he's signed with the Oklahoma City Thunder. Mitchell Robinson neutralized and shut down Joel Embiid in the playoffs. I have to remind everybody that? Mitchell Robinson led the NBA in offensive rebounds by a large margin before he got hurt. Do I need to remind everybody about that? Those are facts. Just saying. Those are facts. Guys, we are so close to 300 likes. Can we get to 300 likes? Let's go now. Let's go. Vibes are high right now, man. iHeart is better offense. Yeah, but Mitch is better at defense and rebounding and high flyer. Yeah, I mean, you can argue. Hartenstein definitely has a deeper bag offensively. He can play make that as well. But Mitch brings a lot more on the rebounding end and defense. Even though Hartenstein was a dog at rebounding, you have to give him his due respect. So, thank you, Kevin, for the super chat. I cannot thank you enough. It means a lot to the channel, man. Really does. Really, really does. Another super chat. The first super chat from Luigi Action. Everybody give my man Luigi Action some dono hype. His first super chat on a live stream. Randle brings the perfect balance to this offense. His bully ways are needed and were needed during the playoffs, and he's also a teammate protector. I like that. He is a teammate protector. I like that. Thank you, Luigi, for thank you, man. I don't know how else to say this. Just thank you for saying the truth of Julius Randle. Thank you, man. The thing about Julius, though, is that he may be leaving after this year. I don't know how the Knicks are going to figure that out. They got to figure it out. But at the end of the day, Luigi is 100% correct. Right here. Teammate protector, high character, everything. Let's go. Let's go, Luigi. Appreciate you, man. If you guys agree with what Luigi had to say, like his super chat. There's 5 likes on a super chat. Only 5 people agree with Luigi. Come on. Mitchell Robinson is one of the few guys that can actually play Embiid. Yep. Exactly. Exactly. We got over 300 likes. Let's freaking get it. Appreciate you guys. Everyone keeps asking me about Mitchell Robinson's story. Is it the one of him in the car? I mean, which one are you guys talking about? Let me check. He says, got something cooking up, just wait. I mean, I'm not reading anything into that, personally. Ed Flood with a super chat. With a healthy Jew, we would have beat the Pacers easy, 100%. But I had Knicks fans tell me that we're better without Julius Randle. Oh my gosh. I had actual Knicks fans during the season tell me on Twitter and tell me on my channel. They had the nerve to tell me that the Knicks are a better basketball team when Randle's injured. I lost my stuff. I lost it when people told me that. Yeah, well, we won 50 games. Oh, my God. We would have won 55 with Randle healthy. How about that? Oh, boy. Thank you for the super chat. Man, we're on an hour-and-a-half show. Woo! Things are moving. Oh, yeah. It's a lot to be live for an hour-and-a-half solo. I don't have any guests with me. I got to get some guests on the show, though. I have maybe I'll have a guest tomorrow. Let's see. What's my schedule tomorrow? Maybe I'll have a guest on tomorrow. We need to have vibes. Let me see if I can get this guy on tomorrow. Texting someone now to come on my show tomorrow. Let's go. All right. Well, I think I'm going to wrap up this show, folks. We're live for an hour and a half waiting for news to break, and nothing happened. Nothing happened. So we got an hour and a half plus. We got 300 likes. You guys are loving the channel right now, and I cannot thank you guys enough. Don't forget to subscribe as well if you're new. The goal is to get the 14K subs. We just hit 13,000, which is a big milestone, so thank you guys. Expect more content coming. If there's breaking news, I'm going to try to get it up as soon as I can. We'll be live again in the AM. Maybe another show later today or a video later today, depending on what the vibes are around Knicks Nation. I'm going to wrap up the show here, though. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This was a lot of fun. It's been awesome just to be live with you guys, man. It really has been awesome. I think that what you guys have been showing me, the love and support of this channel is fueling me to keep going. It's fueling me to keep grinding and keep getting you the best content possible and just be authentically myself. And the best part about what I do here is simple. Connect with like-minded Knicks fans across the world that are passionate and are lunatics like myself. No offense to call you guys lunatics, but hey, we're rabid fans here. I'm a lunatic for my New York Knicks, and I know some of you guys are as well. So salute to the Knicks fans in the chat. I'll see you guys later. Peace and love as always. I will talk to you guys later. Peace.